The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, good evening everyone. Am I audible? Hello, good evening everyone. Am I audible? Yes. So what were we discussing in the last class, everyone? What were we discussing in the last class? Do you everyone, what were we discussing in the last class? Yes. So in the last class, we were discussing the switches. We understood the applications of the switches, where it is used. Okay. Then we saw the connections, how a switch can be connected to a microcontroller. A pull up and pull down circuits we understood. Pull up circuit and the pull down circuit we understood. Then on our board we saw that a switch is connecting to RB0 pin. Okay, it's a pull up circuit, so because of that, okay, when pressed the value on the RB0 will be 0, when released the value on the RB0 will be 1. So this is how we can check if the switch is pressed or not. Then there are two methods of detecting triggering an event by detecting the switch. One is level triggering, one is edge triggering. Okay, when you want to take action continuously, we can go with level triggering. When you want to take a action or a trigger event only one time, you want to trigger an event continuously, we'll go for level triggering. You want to trigger a action only one time or take action only one time, then go with what? Edge triggering. Then we saw something about bouncing effect. Okay, then we saw that okay, the on a we plan to write a program to toggle the LED. When the switch is pressed, let us toggle the LED. That is what we decided in the last class. And we are using a switch that is connecting to RB0 and the LED which is connecting to RD0 pin. Okay, so for that, what we have to do is we have to make RD0 pin as the output. So we plan to assign tris D0 with 0, RB0 as input. So we have to assign tris B, okay, 0 as 1. Then to check if the switch is pressed or not, we have to check this RB0 value. If RB0 is equal to 0, then switch is pressed. If RB0 equal to, then switch is released. Based on this, we had written the code in the last class. Okay, just close this file, open project. Yeah, we have our project in the desktop where we wrote a code for switches. This is my code. Yeah, this is what we did in the last class. Okay, making a RD0 pin as output, RB0 pin as input, and we are checking if RB0 equal to 1, we are toggling the LED. This is what we have written in the last class. And for this, we saw output as well. If I open Pixim Lab, file, loadx file. Okay, we have saved our project in the desktop, so I will load it from desktop itself. In the desktop, we are having switch, dist, default, production, and the switch. Okay, you can see if I press the switch here, LED is toggling continuously. Yeah, you can see when I'm pressing the switch, it will toggle. When I release, it will stop toggling. When I press, it is toggling. When I release, it will stop toggling. When I press, it will toggle. When I release, it will stop toggling. Fine. Yeah, this is what we have seen in the last class. I'll just open the code here side by side. Yeah, so this is our code. When I'm pressing the switch, I'm toggling the LED. So as long as I press, it will toggle. When I release the switch, it will stop toggling. Again, if I press, it will toggle. When I release, it will stop toggling. That's what we have written the code, and that's what we are seeing the output. Yeah, do you have any questions, any queries here? Yeah, sure, Allah. I have uploaded. Okay, if any classes miss, let me check. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, shall we proceed further? Yes, Jaisuri, I explained last time RD0 equals not of RD0 will change the value. Yes, Krishnanjali. Shobana, make sure you are loading the same hex file. Okay, fine. So everyone, what we did here was what? Level triggering. What here we did was what? Level triggering. Okay, what we are checking, if the switch is pressed, we are checking. Okay, then what we are doing is we are toggling the LED. Okay, so what we are doing, we are checking if the switch is pressed. If the switch is pressed, what we are doing here is toggling the LED. Okay, now this is what level triggering, because why? Because it's happening for a long time, right? As long as I'm pressing, the LED is toggling, not one time, continuous action is happening. What is happening here? Continuous action is happening. If I press the switch, continuously LED is toggling. Continuously LED is toggling when I press the switch. Okay, this is called what? Level triggering. If I release, nothing will happen. Again, if I press, LED will toggle continuously. Okay. Now, if I want to toggle the LED only one time, suppose if I want to toggle the LED what? Only one time. Okay, how to do it? This is what? Level triggering. What we did is what? Level triggering. As long as I'm pressing the switch, LED is toggling. Suppose if I want to toggle the LED, okay, if I want to toggle the LED only one time, then what should I do? This is what? Level triggering. Okay, what I'm doing here is level triggering, means as long as I'm pressing the switch, LED is toggling. As long as I'm pressing the switch, what is happening? LED is toggling. Okay. If I want to do, okay, level trigger, if I want to do edge triggering, then how is it possible? I want to do it only one time. I don't want to do toggle continuously. One time only I want to toggle. Okay, then what I can do is I can take a help of here one, okay, flag variable. One variable help I can take here. So what I will do, I'll take one variable. See, getting my question. So what's happening here? LED is toggling continuous. This is level triggering. I want to do it for edge triggering, means only once LED should toggle. When I press the switch, LED should toggle only one time, and next time when I release and press, it should toggle. Okay, if I press the switch, what's happening? The LED is toggling continuously. LED is toggling what? Continuously. Okay, edge triggering means what? Only one time LED should toggle. Only one time the LED should toggle, not continuously. Okay, so for that, okay, I'll take one variable unsand, okay, char once. Okay, so what I want here, I want to toggle LED only one time. Okay, edge triggering means what? Only one time action should happen. Again, when I release and press, action should take place. Okay, example here we had. Okay, the example I gave you, the TV power button. The TV power button, what is happening? If I press the switch, TV should turn on. Next time, release and press, then off. Release and press, then on. Okay, if I keep it pressing or if I keep holding it, it should not become on off, on off, on off. It should just turn on. It should just turn on. Okay. Okay. So here what I'll do, if switch is pressed and once, if once is true, toggle the LED. Okay, then once back to 0. Okay, so what will happen because of this once variable? Yeah, switch is pressed. Once is true, it will toggle the LED. Later, what will happen? Once is 0. Since it is 0, what will happen here? Okay, this will execute one time. After that, you go back. Okay, while one will repeat. Now, what will happen? Yes, switch is pressed. But what will happen? Once is false. So, what will happen? LED will not toggle again. LED will not toggle again. Okay. So what should happen? Okay, then when I release and press, it should toggle again, right? So what we will do here, if the switch is released, if RC0 equal to 1, if RC0 equal to 1, once back to 1. If RC0 equal to 1, once back to 1. So what I'm doing here, I'm checking if the switch is pressed. Yes, switch is pressed. Okay, then if once is true, the switch is pressed and once is true, toggle the LED. Okay, toggle the LED. After that, what we are doing, once back to 0. Okay, once back to 0. Then what will happen here, once back to 0? Because of this, what will happen, LED will toggle only one time, even though you keep pressing it continuously. Okay, released and pressed. When pressed, what will happen? When the switch is pressed, yeah, what will happen? It will toggle only one time. Okay. When pressed, what will happen? Okay, it will toggle only one time. It will toggle only one time. Okay. One time it will toggle, because what will happen? Even though you keep pressing, okay, even though you keep pressing the switch, yeah, this is true, but once is false because we are making once as false here. So what will happen? It will not re-enter the condition. It will enter the condition only one time, when initially once is 1. Next time what will happen? When you release the switch, once is back to what? 1. Once is true. So next time when you press the switch, it will enter this condition. Next time it will enter this condition. Okay, so it will enter the condition only on the edge. Only when you press the switch only one time. Only when you press switch one time, this thing will happen. So because of this, LED will toggle only once. Not RC0, RB0. If RB0 equal to 1, then once is 1. Okay, so what I will do, I'll make the changes here. Is the logic clear, everyone? Is the logic clear, everyone? Here we will toggle LED only one time. Is this clear? Prerna, RD0 is nothing but we are toggling the state of the LED. This I am making if switch is released, I am making once back to 1, so that next time when I release and press, I can toggle the LED. Is this clear, Aditi? Aditi, what we are doing here? We are checking if the switch is pressed, and once flag we are checking. So what will happen after toggling the LED? I am making once flag as 0. So that what will happen? I will not re-enter this loop. Okay, I will not re-enter this loop again if the switch is pressed also. But next time when I have to toggle the LED, when released and pressed, again I have to toggle the LED, right? So when the switch is released, I am just making once flag back to 1. I am checking here if switch is released. If switch is released, once flag back to 1. Jaisuri, RB0 is a switch. It will become 1 when the switch is released. RB0 will become 1 when the switch is released. Okay, let me explain this one more time to you here. Here I have while 1. Okay. Inside while 1, what is our intention? I have my code here. Yeah, this is my main, this is my while 1. Yeah, this is my main code, this is my while 1. See what I want to do here. Let first try to understand what we want to do. We want to toggle LED when the switch is pressed. When switch is pressed, toggle LED. Toggle LED. How many times? How many times? Continuously you want to toggle or one time? Continuous toggling you want or one time toggling you want? One time. We have to toggle LED what? Only one time. When the switch is pressed, okay, toggle LED one time. This is what we want to do here. Okay. So how to check if the switch is pressed? How to check if the switch is pressed? We know that our switch is connecting to RB0 pin. Our switch is connecting to what? RB0 pin. RB0 pin. And when the switch is pressed, the value on the RB0 is equal to 0. Okay, if this is equal to 0 means switch is pressed. If this is equal to 0 means switch is pressed. Suppose if we check only this condition, what will happen? This LED will toggle continuously. LED will toggle what? Continuously, because what is happening? This is while 1. This is while 1. What will happen? It will check true. Switch is pressed, yes, toggle LED. Switch is pressed, yes, toggle LED. So the LED will toggle here what? Continuously. LED will toggle here what? Continuously. But I want to toggle it only one time. I want to toggle it only one time, so that this condition should not be true next time. Okay, if I re-enter this loop, this should be not true next time. So what I will do, I'll take the help of one variable. Unsigned char once. Okay, unsigned char once. Okay, so here I'm toggling the LED one time. Okay, so what I will do here is, I'll make ones back to 0. I'll make here ones back to 0 so that I don't enter this condition again. And toggle LED means what? We know LED is connecting to RD0 pin. So here what I will do, RD0 equal to not of RD0. RD0 equal to not of RD0. Okay, when the switch is pressed, yeah, toggle the LED. So RD0 not of RD0 is nothing but toggling LED. Everyone, some people are having confusion here. What is this not of? See, what will happen initially if LED is 1, not of 1 is what? 0. 0 will get assigned. If it is 0, next time not of 0 is what? 1. So like this, what will happen? 0, 1, 1, 0 will get assigned to your LED. We are changing the value and assigning it. Then once back to, okay, 0. So that I don't enter the condition again. Okay, fine. Now what should happen? I should, okay, toggle LED once when switch is pressed. Next time what is happening if released? If released and pressed, I have to return back the ones, okay, variable. So if switch is released, what I should do is, okay, I have to return back one's variable back to 1. So that I should re-enter the condition, okay, next time. So what I will do here, I'll check if the switch is released. How? If RB0 equal to 1, it means switch is released. Okay. So what I will do here, if switch is released, once back to 1. Once back to 1. Is this clear now? What we are doing? We are toggling the LED, but only, okay, one time when the switch is pressed. Next time if released and pressed, only I will toggle, because when released, once will be 1, I will re-enter the condition. Okay, let me repeat one more time. So what will happen? This while one is running infinitely. So when you press the switch, yeah, switch is pressed, is value 0? Yes. Is value 0? Yes. Is value 0? Yes. But what will happen? Yeah, only one time value is also 0, once is also 1. This is, okay, RB0 value. This is one's value. After that, what we are doing, once we are making back to 1. So what will happen? Only this time, this particular code will get executed. Next time, again, when you release the switch, okay, once will become back to 1. Then again, when you release the switch, this will be 1 only, it will not execute. Again, when you press the switch, this will be 0, this will be 1. That time only your code will get executed. That time only your LED will toggle. Next onwards, again once is 0, so again LED will not toggle. Only when you release and press the switch, LED will toggle. Okay, let me write the code for that and show it to you. Okay, so here I'll take the variable. I'll show you the code with you also. And sign char once, which is in, okay, which is, okay, 1. I'm checking if the switch is pressed, and also I'll check here the ones flag, ampersand ones. Once back to 0. Okay. Then if switch is released, equal to 1 means if the switch is released, one's back to 1. Why making ones back to 1? So that when I release and press, they should toggle again. Okay, so I'll save this. Okay, I'll clean and build this. I will load the file from the same switch file. Okay, so you can see here when I press the switch, then only LED will toggle. If I press the switch, then only LED will toggle. Yeah, I'm pressing the switch continuously. You can see here I'm pressing the switch continuously, but LED will not toggle continuously. LED will not toggle continuously. Okay, when I release, nothing will happen. If I press, LED will toggle. Okay, and I'm pressing continuously, it will not toggle continuously. Only one time it will toggle. Either it will just turn on or it will just turn off when I press. Little bit bouncing effect is there. I already told you how to remove the bouncing effect means add a delay. Okay. I'll just add a delay. Okay. So I just added a delay. Now what will happen? Bouncing effect will be gone. I just added a delay to remove bouncing effect. Okay, so here I have main. I'll just share the code with you also. Please you to try it. Okay, I'll put it in the chat box. Yeah, I have uploaded in the chat box. Can you see it? You can also just copy paste and also try it. I have shared the code in the chat box. See who are watching recorded session, the code are available. Okay, code are available in the template course. You can use the code from there also. If I just show you. Okay, so here you can see the template code in the material. In the template code, they are there. You can download the code from there also. Okay, 19th coding I will like coding I will upload. Okay. No, Shrikant, you cannot directly write once back to one because I want to, okay, next time to enter the switch only this okay condition only when the switch is released. Still switch is not released, I should not enter this condition. Only when released and pressed. Only when released and pressed, I have to enter this condition. So only when the switch is released, I am making once back to one. Getting Santosh? Was this Santosh? No, Shrikant. Understanding Shrikant? Is this clear, everyone? Yes, everyone, are you clear with this coding and the output, edge triggering, level triggering? Did you understand, everyone, the difference? What is the difference between edge triggering, level triggering? Is this clear? Yeah, continuous action means what triggering? If you need a continuous action, what triggering it is? If you need a continuous action, what triggering it is? If you need a continuous action, what triggering it is, everyone? Yes, it is a level triggering. Continuous action, level triggering. One time action, one time action, one time action. Girendra, it is there in the question. I have posted it in the question. Okay, there you can get it. The question session, it is there. I have uploaded, I have sent the code. Or else you can download it from the templates. In templates, code is there. Yes, one time action it is edge triggering. Okay. Fine. Okay, this is about one type of switch connections. Okay, next what we are going to understand is something called matrix keypad. Just now what we saw was, okay, single switch. How single switch is connected. Okay, how are we detecting the switch? How when it is pressed. Okay, what we saw was in our circuit. In our circuit, what we saw a single switch. Okay, that is connecting to RB0 pin. Okay, that way of connection is called as digital keypad. Okay, it's a pull-up circuit. Pull-up circuit. Okay, pull-up circuit. And there what we saw was when pressed, the value on the pin was 0. When released, the value on the pin was 1. When released, it will be 1. When pressed, it will be 0. Okay, this is what we have seen now in our switch, which is connecting to RB0 pin pull-up circuit. When pressed, the value is 0. When released, 1. Based on that, we have written the code for level triggering. Then we have written the code for, okay, edge triggering, correct? One time action, continuous action. Continuously we are toggling the LED. Only one time we are toggling the LED. For both we have written the code. Do you have any questions, any queries till here? Is this clear? One type toggle, continuous toggle. Yes, till here any questions, any queries, everything is clear. If clear, we'll proceed further. This is about switches. I'm getting response only from Navya. Others, please do respond. Jay Surya, Yashwant, Karthik, Raj Singh, Anirudh, Shrikant, Anjali, Prerna, Ram, Gagan, Ganga, Shobhana, Karthikeyan, Ganesh, Ajay, Shrikant, Krishnanjali, Aditi. Okay, we'll proceed further. Okay, we'll proceed further. This is like I understood how one switch can be connected, how to detect the switch is pressed or not. Okay, how can we trigger any action, that we understood. Okay, proceeding further, now what we will understand means we'll understand one way of arrangementing of the switches. One way of arrangement of the switches. That is called matrix keypad. That's called what? Matrix keypad. It's called matrix keypad. So what do you mean by matrix? What do you mean by matrix? Yeah, matrix keypad is nothing but what? Okay, it's arrangement of the switches in terms of rows. See, matrix means what? Arrangement of anything in terms of rows and columns. Okay, now matrix keypad means what? Arrangement of switches in terms of rows and columns. In terms of rows and columns. Okay, what is matrix keypad? Matrix keypad is nothing but arrangement of the switches in terms of what? Rows and columns. Okay, now we will try to understand like, okay, how it is arranged, where it is used first. So where do you see this arrangement of switches in terms of rows and columns? You see it in what? Okay, in your phone. Okay, the landline keypad, in the landline keypad, mobile phone keypad, safety lockers keypad, safety lockers keypad. There also you can see this matrix keypad arrangement, correct? Safety lockers, then where else? Yeah, in ATMs. In ATMs also what will happen? The switches are arranged in terms of rows and columns. Correct? So now what we will try to understand is we'll try to understand how to detect the switch in terms of rows and columns. So in order to understand that, what I will do means I will just take simple example first. See, whatever we have on our board, it's arrangement of, okay, how many rows, how many columns? Okay, 4 rows, 3 columns. 4 rows and 3 columns. Okay, what we will do here is, to understand that, we'll take example. Okay, 4 rows, 3 columns, it will be difficult to understand in the beginning. So I'll just take a arrangement of 3 switches, 3 rows and 1 column. 3 rows and 1 column. So I'll take here 3 switches. Let us try to understand how they are connected and how do you detect the key press. So one end of the switch, I'll pull it up and connect to the VDD. Here I'll take switch 1, switch 2, switch 3. Okay, other end of the switch, I'll connect it to the ground. So I'll take this as what? Switch 1, 2, 3. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. This is resistor, this is voltage, this is column. This is my microcontroller. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3 here, 3 switches and a pull-up resistor and a VDD and the column here. Okay, now what will happen? Let us try to understand. This is nothing but a pin of a microcontroller. This is nothing but the pin of the microcontroller. We have 3 rows and 1 column. How the arrangement? We have 3 cross 1 arrangement here. 3 cross 1 arrangement. Let me repeat one more time. What we have on our board is, okay, 4 cross 3. 4 rows and 3 columns. Okay, 4 rows and 3 columns. Now here I am having how many switches? Means 3 switches. The arrangement is 3 cross 1, 3 rows and 1 column. Okay. So now what will happen when the switch is pressed? What will happen when the switch is released? The pin. Okay. If the switch 1 is pressed, what will be the value on the pin? If switch 1 is pressed, where the get connected to? If the switch 1 is pressed, if the switch 1 is pressed, if the switch 1 is pressed, column where it get connected to, it get connected to ground. So if the pin is getting connected to ground, what will be the value on the pin? When the switch is pressed, the pin will get connected to ground instead of VDD. What is the value on the pin? Yes, Ganeshwarao, I can see your questions. Yeah, pin becomes 0. Yes, when the switch is pressed, the value on the pin is 0 because it gets connected to ground. If switch 2 is pressed, that time also 0 because it's also getting connected to ground. If switch 3 is pressed, that time also 0 because it's getting connected to ground. If no switch is pressed, none of the switch is pressed. Okay, if no switch, then value on the pin is 1. The value on the pin is what? 1 because it's connected to VDD. Okay, if the switch is 3 is pressed, then ground. Here also pressed, then ground. Is this clear till here? Yeah. So what is happening if this is the case? If this is the connections, what will happen? You will be not able to differentiate which switch is pressed, because if switch 1 also pressed ground, switch 2 also ground, switch 3 also ground. So not able to differentiate which switch is pressed. Not able to differentiate which switch is pressed. Okay, not able to differentiate which switch is pressed. Okay. Okay, so now what I have to do? I have to do something such a way that I can detect the switch press. I have to do something such a way that we should be able to detect the switch press or differentiate the switch press. So in order to do this, what we will do means, you understood what is the problem here in this type of connection? In this type of connection, we are not able to detect which switch is pressed because all the switches are giving me same value. Okay. So in order to overcome this, what we will do means we will arrange the switch in a different way. So one end of the switch, what I will do, again I'll connect it to the pin of the microcontroller. Yeah. So what I'm doing here, yeah, this is column 1. This I'll take it as row 1, row 2, and row 3. So what I'm doing here, other end of the switches also I'm connecting to the pin of the microcontroller. Here also I'm having pin of the microcontroller, 1, 2, and 3. We are having 3 switches. So what we will do here in order to overcome that problem, row 1, row 2, row 3. What I will do here is, on the row 1, I will assign 0, which is nothing but ground. It's equivalent to what? Ground. On the row 2, what I will assign 1, which is equivalent to positive voltage. And here row 3 also I'll assign 1, which is equal to again positive voltage. Then we'll try to check what is the status on the column. What is the status on the column? Column. So now what I will do here is, okay, here I'll be connecting it to the ground. This one I'll connect it to the V, positive voltage. This one also I'll connect to the positive voltage. Okay, ground, positive voltage, positive voltage. This one 0, this one 1, this one 1. Here I have resistor. Here I have voltage. Okay. So other rows I'm assigning 1, 1. Here I'm assigning ground. This one column. Okay. Now what will happen? This is equivalent to what? If you are assigning 0 means it's getting connected to ground. If you are assigning 1 means V. If you are assigning 1 means V. It's connecting to positive voltage and the ground. Okay. Now what we will do here is we'll try to check the value on the column. We'll try to check the value on the what? Column. Okay. So now if the switch 1 is pressed, what will happen? If the switch 1 is pressed, what will happen? It will get connected to what? Ground. If the switch 1 is pressed, it will get connected to what? Ground. So what will be the value on the column that time? The value on the column will be nothing but it's getting connected to ground. The value on the column will be what? Okay, 0. For which? Only for if the switch 1 is pressed. Only if the switch 1 is pressed. Okay. Suppose if the switch 2 is pressed, what happens if the switch 2 is pressed? Yeah, if the switch 2 is pressed, it is connecting to positive voltage only. Here what is happening? I am connecting to positive voltage only. So column will be getting connected to what? Positive voltage. Switch 2 is pressed. Okay. For switch 2, what will be the value on the column? 1. Okay, if the switch 2 is pressed. This will be also what? 1. Okay, if switch 3 is pressed. Okay. So what is happening here? Now I can differentiate only which switch? Only switch 1. I can differentiate only what? Switch 1. For this combination, what is happening? I can check if for this combination, if column 1 is 0 means switch 1 is pressed. So here what I can differentiate? Switch 1. Here I can differentiate what? Switch 1. So like this I can differentiate what? Switch 1. Are you getting this point everyone? How to check if the switch 1 is pressed? Okay. Next, what will happen if I want to detect the switch 2? Then I can assign here what? 1, 0, 1. Okay. If I want to differentiate this one, I have to assign here what? 0, 1 and 1. Okay. For this combination, what will happen? It is equivalent to what? Row 1 is connected to VDD, row 2 is connected to ground, row 3 is connected to VDD, means positive voltage. So now what will happen? For which switch column will become 0? For which switch column will become 0? Only for switch 2. So if this is 0, then what is happening? Switch 2 is pressed. Switch 2 is pressed. So I'll just remove them. Okay, for this combination, if column 1 is becoming 0, switch 1 is pressed. If for this combination it is becoming switch 2 is pressed. Then, okay, if I want to detect the switch 3, then what I have to assign? 1, 1, 0. For this combination, if the column 1 is becoming 0, then switch 3 is pressed. Like this, what we can do is we can detect switch by switch. We have to detect what? Switch by switch. How means? First you will assign what? This value 0, 1, 1. For this value, if column 1 is becoming 0, switch 1 is pressed. Okay, we are detecting what? Switch by switch. If not this, then check the second switch. How to check the second switch? Okay, 1, 0, 1. For this, if column 1 is becoming 0, then switch 2 is pressed. Then switch 2 is pressed. Okay. This one time you check. This is also done. Next, what you have to do is check for switch 3. How to check for switch 3? For row 1, row 2, 1, row 3, 0. For this combination, if column 1 is becoming 0, means switch 3 is pressed. Switch 3 is pressed. So we will be detecting switch by switch, or you can tell scan row by row. What you will do here? Scan row by row to check which switch is pressed. First you will scan row 1, then you will scan row 2, then row 3. Row 1 you are scanning, assign 0, 1, 1. Okay, for this what will happen? It is means switch 1 is pressed. Okay, scan row 2, 1, 0, 1, switch 2 is pressed. Scan row 3, 1, 1, 0. Okay, for this column 1 is going low, means switch 3 is pressed. Like this we can check what? Scan row by row and check which switch is pressed. This is how we are going to check if the switch is pressed or not in matrix keypad. Shrikant, we are just taking some random example here, not from our board. We are not taking from our board. Okay, just okay, random example. Our board we will see later. Everyone, are you clear how to check if the switch is pressed in matrix keypad? We have to assign, okay, scan row by row by assigning rows with 0. By assigning row with 0. Row with 0 and read the column. And read the column. Read the column to check which switch is pressed. If this is 0, switch 1. For the 0, switch 2. This is 0, switch 3. This is how we can check, okay, the switch press. Hello everyone, am I audible? Are these things clear? Are the things clear till here? Okay. So what we will do here is this is how, okay, the arrangement. Next, what we will see is on our board, how is the arrangement. Okay, this is our microcontroller board. On our board, how is the arrangement? Three rows, four rows and three columns. Okay. One. So I'm just drawing here three rows, four. Okay, four rows, three column combination. Okay. Okay. Diagram did not come out good, however. Okay. Okay, so here we'll be having three columns and four rows. Okay, so same thing, we have to scan row by row and detect the switch. How to do that? Okay, that we will see in the next class. We'll stop here for today. Okay, okay, so we'll stop here for today. We will see how to detect the four rows and three column combination in the next class. Okay, fine. We'll stop here for today. We'll see the detection next class and we'll complete the program for the switches in the next class. Fine? Yes. Thank you everyone. Good night. I will upload the recorded session. And if you have any queries, post in the discussion forum. And one more thing, tomorrow you will be having a session on about the future in embedded systems and IoT. Okay, you'll be having a session about what is how it is important. Okay, how is the career in embedded systems and IoT? how you can make your career into embedded system and IoT. That uh, session will be there tomorrow. Please do attend the session, don't miss it. I'll put it in announcement as well. Okay, so we'll continue this matrix keypad on Wednesday. Okay, tomorrow you have a session on about the career roadmap in embedded systems and IoT. Okay, fine. Thank you everyone, you can leave the session. Good night, we'll meet again Wednesday. Yes, tomorrow session will be uploaded in the LMS, and also tomorrow you have the session at same timing 7 to 9.